Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. And this is my first ever playthrough of Trials and Tribulations. Ever since we finished Justice for All, I've been really wanting to get back into this series. And the last game was pretty great. It had so many emotional moments that made me tear up, and even like so many moments that made me laugh, more times than I can count. So I'm honestly really excited to see all the twists and turns and everything that's going to be happening in this game too. Let's do this. Right away, the arc just sends. Is that Phoenix in the corner? What is he wearing? Right away, the arc just like, you know, it brings back a lot of memories because the art is so good in this game, and like the way they use the sprites in this game is very simple but works really well too. And I love talking about the sprites in this game because they're one of my favorite aspects. But let's do this. Yes, let's do this. I'm excited to see what this is. The rain effects too. How did I get into this mess? The art is really good in this game too. It's fantastic. Why? Why did I do that? Wait, so this is Phoenix in the past? That is Phoenix, right? That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Wait, no. What is happening? That's a great jumper, but... Phoenix. It wasn't me. I didn't. What happened then? I didn't do it. What in the world is happening? Is this the first time we started off with like incriminating Phoenix? 5 years earlier, Mia Fey's second trial. 5 years for Mia Fey? April 11, 9:40 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3. I missed reading that out. Phew, it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous.
Oh, Miss Grossberg, good morning. Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know?
What are you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed.
Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer.
Excuse me? Mia can't be a lawyer? You don't know who you're talking to, sir. I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg. I'm at your service.
Actually, this is my second time in court. Oh, it's their second time.
Still, you surprise me. What would your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully too. I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean. What?
Oh, sorry, I that's gonna happen sometimes. I read it wrong I read it as sorry about that. I read it as Grossberg and not Mia there. That happens to me sometimes.
What, and you already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have, I think.
Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client.
So we're representing Phoenix. And he has a mask on. Oh my god. Young Phoenix is adorable. Right? Like, look at this boy. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I got. This is what I mean by the sprites, by the way. The way they do these little things that like give each like sprite so much personality. Yep, it'll be fine, no prob. Oh, he's sick. What's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's Wright, like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold, and that's what the mask is for. My doc says this. I'm sorry. I'm in kind of a shock what we're doing here. We're representing Phoenix. We're representing Phoenix in a case. My doc says this way I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. True. Very true. Right. Mr. Wright, you have nothing to fear in court today. If you're truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please, let go of my shirt. So she's grabbing onto her too. It's very strange to see Mia in this way because, like, to me, my idea of Mia is always, like, you know, very calm and collected, the one who, like, keeps us centered as well. And now what we have here is, like, Mia in a state, like, well, in her earlier stages of her career, like anybody, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter where you work, your first 2 days are going to be nerve-wracking, you know? That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous, true? You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly I thought I never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time, I'm going to win. For my client, and for myself. And his awesome jumper with the letter P on it. April 11th, 10 a.m., District Court. Courtroom number 2. Oh man, look at this setting already.
Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. There's Mia. It's great to see her, like, amongst the living. I'll say that much.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense today is, Miss Mia Fey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem?
I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was leading the defense.
Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency.
Emergency?
But isn't that him? Oh no, no. Yes, well,
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this?
don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Of course, Your Honor, I think.
Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement.
Young Payne with a pompadour as well.
Well, well, well. I can't believe a veteran like me has spent his time babysitting the new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It will all be over soon.
What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me?
Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of the events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. Doug Swallow as well. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology.
It sounds like he was a very bright young man. He'd have to be, I suppose, like if you're in your 4th year of that kind of course. Like, you definitely have to be.
Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. The students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body, and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. Then they then called the police.
That certainly makes the defendant look suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into record as evidence.
Crime photo 1 added to the court record. So we have already the picture of the body, and a tie with Phoenix to the case already. Okay, case closed.
But by the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that the victim died in rather unusual death.
An unusual death?
What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question.
Huh?
A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I'm a genteel man, if you will.
A genteel man, Payne. We know you are anything but genteel. A what? Stand up to Mia. Show him what you're made of.
A perfect opportunity. Well, what is it? The cause. Go on.
So we have to look for the cause. Please
Say you know like this much.
Oh, the look on his face as well. He's like so disappointed. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. Mia.
My hemorrhoids.
Okay, your hemorrhoids are okay. That's fine.
Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you?
The court record. I think I can see that by pressing the R button. So we have, here's the autopsy report. Date and time of death was 4/9, At 3 p.m., the cause of death was a fatal electric shock, so that is the wires in the photos. Yeah, I was noticing that there, but I wondered if it was related. How would... I wonder. The umbrella is bent. That's the thing. The umbrella is bent, so that could be something we're looking at here too.
All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that. Mia always gave me like, I don't know if this is the right way to put it, but like always gave me like a kind of like a mix between like a Wendy Shaw and a Carrie Fisher almost. Like I know, and that's like definitely a compliment, but like it's like she always had the like sternness but like supportiveness at the same time, you know, like that you can kind of get from those vibes. I don't know. That's all I gotta say. I've got to stay calm. I can't let the prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just pressed the R button here.
Now then, would the attorney defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death?
It was electrocution, sir. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution.
Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue.
What's that?
Why, motive, of course.
It's so weird seeing Mia like this.
Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood?
What do you mean?
Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. Get used to it for the next few years.
That's Winston Payne for you. He is one smooth operator, if you'll catch my drift.
They don't call him the
rookie killer for nothing.
So he goes after rookies. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, he's definitely not final boss material. You know what I mean? He's definitely not.
Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Evidence?
No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all of our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it in old Greybeard's face.
Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg? Try to set a better example for the young lady.
Oh, he wasn't even whispering that. Okay, Grossberg. Yeah, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with the R button to be sure to go overall. Okay, that's good.
Now let's see what you've got.
So we have this here. Marvin Grossberg, age 61. You look like you're 30 with a mustache. My superior and the head of the Grossberg Law Offices. My client, a third-year art student at Ivy University. He currently has a cold. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, Phoenix definitely gives off like a very, I don't know, he seems very artistic. Doug Swallow, age 22. Wow, man. I'm older than Phoenix in this game right now. The victim, he was a fourth-year pharmacology student at Ivy University. Excuse me. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend dated the victim, Doug Swallow, up until 8 months ago. Right. So I had an assumption here that the problem was that he was dating the girl and Phoenix wanted to... I know Phoenix was dating... No, he was dating the girl and Phoenix was like, hey, I'm trying to warn you about this. But it seems like it was the other way around, which actually would make a little bit more sense. Winston Payne, age 49, the prosecutor for this trial, a veteran lawyer with a little too much confidence. Oh yes, confidence it is. Great, so we have this. This is the source of the Dahlia. So it's Dahlia Hawthorne. Great name, great hair, cool eyes. You got it all, Dahlia. Well done. You're a great character design. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix and Wright and the victim? It was the girl. Oh my god, the take that and the girl's voice is very different. The reason for the bad blood was between them was this woman here.
Dahlia Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix, right? But up until 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow.
That can cause a few issues, especially if, like, you know, it's not a clean break or, like, a mature, like, break. Not that breakups have to be mature, but there has to be a lot of trust involved in this if you're, like, you know, dating your friend's ex. You know what I mean? Has to be a lot of trust.
Clearly, she has some part to play in this story.
He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants.
Every freaking time we go up against someone, the judge is already ready to condemn us in the first 2 minutes. I'm ready for this. Let's do this. Every time. Every time the other guy goes, hey, I think the killer did it. And the judge is like, well, that makes sense. Picks up the gavel.
Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix
Wright. Oh my god, we're cross-examining Phoenix as well.
What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye?
It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection.
Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand.
Oh my god, this adorable boy. I just want to hug him. I'm gonna give him a hug. Can I give him a hug?
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. Do you get paid for that, Phoenix?
No, it means what did you do before you were arrested?
Oh, I was a university student.
Mr. Wright, you understand that you were suspected in the death of your fellow student Doug Swap,
But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you, I was... This poor boy.
Will the defendant please refrain from passing on his code to the rest of us?
It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Right away, Your Honor. Here we go. Okay, I'm excited. The victim and I admit, I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with, so he didn't actually... So he feels like he wasn't actually close friends with him then? Okay, that changes a little bit. That definitely does change a bit for me too, like in terms of this case. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Stuck-up British wannabe?
I see, so you hardly knew the victim.
Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Phew, looks like the judge understands.
You're being naive, you know.
Too naive. It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady.
And that would be?
This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination.
Cross-examination?
He's right. And it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness' testimony contains any contradictions.
Contradictions?
If a witness is lying, the statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my...
Oh, Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see.
What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now? That there was a lie? A contradiction? So maybe they were friends? Maybe they were closer? Now then, your cross-examination, please. Yeah, let's do it. Please, Mr. Wright. Tell me you haven't been lying. Oh, he doesn't matter if he's lying. He can lie. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? I mean, when people are scared, they do a lot of things. You know what I mean? So let's read this carefully. Let's read through this carefully to see if we can pick up on anything. I admit I was there. Okay, so we know he was there. We know he was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. Okay, I believe this. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I want to press this first of all. Is it okay if I press this, Phoenix? So you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right, I don't... Well, no. That is, I mean... So, which is it? Do you know him or not?
Now see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day.
I guess I did know his name. News to me. Why didn't you tell me before? I heard he used to date Dolly.
Who is this Dolly person?
Yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, I see. Young love, so bittersweet.
But that's all I knew about him. Phoenix, see, here's the thing as well. Like you know, you said you never even talked to him, but you know that he's a British wannabe as well. You know, let's press this as well just to make sure. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even? But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? And it seems like we're being harsh on him right now, but the sooner we find the truth, the sooner we can get him off. You know, like get him off scot-free. Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not the killer. No, we're trying to find this out. We're trying to find this out. Don't worry. I don't think you're the killer.
Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yes, well, oh, don't put him in jail. He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Huh? Hold on one second there, Phoenix. Let me just check this now for a second. There doesn't seem to be any Union Jack on the back of his shirt, unless it's his t-shirt. There doesn't seem to be anything there. So we have, I never even talked to the guy. Yeah. Yeah, we're pressing this as well, buddy. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean? Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured you must love British stuff. You see, Phoenix, it's true. Cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than a salmon I ate last night.
May I ask you something, Miss Fay?
Yes, Your Honor. What is it now?
Who is this person anyway, this Union Jack fellow?
Get out of the courtroom. Leave.
The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag.
Oh, I see. So you mean like the stars and stripes, right?
As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me.
Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about that bit just now?
Mia, there's a contradiction here.
Mr. Grossberg, quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean. Okay, check the court record carefully. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage? Yes, I think I can. I think I can try. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. We need to handle this ourselves. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do.
Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definite proof.
Okay, so I don't know if this is going to be definite proof, but I'm going to present something on this, Phoenix. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back.
Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning?
Your Honor, please take another look at this crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, Phoenix. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of his t-shirt he was wearing. Okay, but you said you saw it. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body, but if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You have no idea what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Oh, no he hasn't. Look, oh, he hasn't been lying.
Mia, you made our client cry. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't. Oh, so let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix.
Anyway, I can't. Oh, sorry. I completely messed it up. I can't believe I trust him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. I get excited sometimes, guys, and I trip over my words. It happens. It happens all the time.
That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear this man does not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime.
Oh, did I go too far?
By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it?
Yeah, I took some, but leave him alone.
Was the medicine that you took the over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X?
Wow, I would never take that. That sounds so dangerous. Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of cold? He's a fan of it?
Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now?
Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere.
He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case?
Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now?
Huh?
Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene.
Wait, it's in his hands? It's in his hand. Why? Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to, especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it.
What?
Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hands. His purpose of doing so can only have to be to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
Maybe that's smart if he did that, but I don't think that's the case.
Order in the court.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record.
Crime. Okay, so the victim's watch was stopped at the time of death.
Found clutched in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it.
That makes sense, I suppose.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this?
Be honest, buddy. Come on, we have to be honest. This is really bad.
Oh, my buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids.
Do you want to go sit down on a cushion? Or something? So what really happened? So we have a new testimony coming from him right now. Okay. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. Let me see the time of death. It was at 3 p.m. Okay, so I guess that makes sense. That definitely does make sense. I want to check this out as well. Yeah, so that would be 12. So wait a second, yeah? Yeah, I suppose. Wait a second. Time of death 3 p.m. Yeah. That's just about right. Yeah, I suppose. It seems like it's a little after, though. That looks like a 3:05 almost to me. But I don't know if they're just like, if that's just me using semantics here at this point, but... We talked for a bit, and then around 3... Yes, then later I went back and found him lying there. So he left at 3 p.m. I've been taking Cold X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. So if he left at 3 p.m. and we see the watches at 3:05, there's a chance that he could not have been there, and maybe he went back to get his cold medicine if he thought that he had it. I don't know. Maybe he said that he had it already. It's hard to know.
Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously.
Oh, buddy, it's okay. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth.
You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination.
Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. What really happened? Cross-examination. Okay, let's go for this. Let's really go for this. The truth is, I went because he called me. Let's press this and ask why he called him, because there has to be a reason. Have you ever met the victim before then? No, never. But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. How did he get your... I guess he could get your phone number. It's college, like... Everyone kind of, like... You'll have people in their class that know the other person very well.
And this Dolly person is...
My, It's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. That's not embarrassing at all. Not, it's cute.
Oh, what was that for, Mia?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden.
Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow.
Former lover?
Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it was one of those Nazi love triangles, I see.
He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at the... Yeah, we'll press this as well. Why not? Why not? Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time.
You said the victim in the pharmacology department was in the pharmacology department, correct?
Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. Wait a second. Will this have something to do with the cold medicine? Because again, if he was into pharmaceuticals, I wonder if like he... I don't know. we'll maybe see when we go forward if anything comes out.
An alchemist, I see.
I gotta admit, I was a little suspicious. He had the whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
Oh, how fascinating. Sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man.
Wait, the machine, is there anything to that as well? I'm coming from the previous game where I'm trying to remember everything. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? The timing of the meeting? So you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway.
Witness, let's go on with your testimony.
We talked for a bit and then around 3 p.m. we split up. Okay, this is, I think, gonna be a big deal in the case. Maybe it won't be, but we'll see. So what was it you were talking about? You know, that maybe we should hang out again sometime? Really? I don't believe you. Hang out again sometime? Oh, I wish that were true. Then later, when I went back and I found him lying there. So you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright, why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. That sounds a bit like Phoenix, though. That I kind of believe. You know? That, like, knowing Phoenix. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. That seems like a very Phoenix thing to do, though, right? I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. Okay, I don't think we have to press this too much, but we'll see if we can get anything out of it anyway. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in the spring, huh? Okay, buddy. Close that window for yourself, okay? I suppose common sense is not always common. Yeah, but like some people like get too warm, like in summertime. I'm like that as well. I don't think it's about common sense. Did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. Okay. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. See, this is what I'm thinking. What if, like, someone found the bottle and knew Phoenix was taking cold medicine and was like, hey, you're going to meet Phoenix, can you take this and hand it to him? You know, maybe that's a possibility. Who knows? I don't know. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Oh, are we asking this? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. Sure, let's go for it. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Ouch. What did you put? Wait, what is happening here? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone. Why are you hurting people every time Phoenix talks about Dolly?
Well, Mia?
I don't know. I can't seem to find any contradictions.
The boy isn't exactly what I'd call a natural-born liar, you know. But still, we can't have him continue to spout nonsense.
I know, but what can I do?
Well, I'm certain he must still be hiding something. Information. Right now, it's information we need more than anything else.
Okay, so the truth is I went back because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department. We agreed to meet at 2:45 behind the building. I'm trying to see now what we can talk here. We talked, but then around 3 p.m. we split up. I think I want to present something on this because it says here time of death was at 3 p.m. This is evidence established that the defendant is lying. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, I thought that maybe because it said at 3 p.m. that it made sense. We walked for a bit and then split up around 3 p.m. Is there anything else that we can do here? So, then later we went back and I found him lying there. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime the day of the accident. See, my thought process there was like, he said he left at 3 p.m., but he died at 3 p.m., but then again it says 3:05 on his watch. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. I'm trying to think, like, we'll read it over again. We'll read it over one more time to see if we can, like, find anything. It's not good to, like, fail one on your first try, though, but here we are. You know, it's not good. Okay, I'm probably gonna fail this as well. Sorry guys, we're getting a lot of packages lately. I have to do this, but like, the thing that he was talking about this, we talked for a bit. I don't know if this is true, but they were talking about Dolly, weren't they? Your Honor. Okay. I fucked it up too. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm trying to think here. Like, again, I'm not the best at this type of stuff. It's not always, it doesn't always come to me, like, right away. But I do like to, like, I don't know. I feel like we can get this at some point. I'm gonna look through this a little bit more to see what we can do and maybe try to decipher something. It's not always the easiest thing in the world. Wait, oh no, wait. Was Mrs. Swallow indicating she made 245? Yeah. So we could ask him another thing about this, right? He had a whole laboratory and everything was filled with chemical, yeah. Yeah, we could ask him about the pharmaco. Okay, okay, yeah, sorry guys, I completely missed that there. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure, I don't know all that much though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there's high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables. Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, so that's what it took. I failed twice just to get here, apparently.
I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately... See, I'll tell you what my thought process was. First of all, it was the time. The first failure was the time that I was like, oh, maybe the timing was wrong. The second one was like, he's talking about Dolly, but earlier he told us that he was just talking about nothing. But like, it was clear that he said he was talking about Dolly.
And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either.
Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
Oh, what do you mean?
I knew it was too much work for her, little girl.
Okay, get him, Mia.
However, there is one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honor?
How the murder was carried out, of course. How was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is, you are correct, Your Honor.
So if we can do this. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done. So we looked at the crime photo before. And it was the cable, but I'm wondering if it has something to do with the umbrella as well. Maybe I could still come up with this mess smelling like a rose. Let's do it. Let's do it. So like, and I think it's gonna be like just in like the other part here, Your Honor.
Yes, Miss Faye?
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence.
Of course I know that. Actually, I totally forgot about that. Mia's just like current Phoenix in her early days. Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you got.
Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
So, in crime scene photo 1, isn't it? So do we present this? Is that what we have to do? Hold on a second. Sorry about this. Oh, here we go, yeah. Take that. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captured quite well.
What?
But there's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here.
I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, what exactly in this photo is the murder weapon?
The umbrella! It's obviously this, right? But like, I think like the umbrella being there is a big deal too, because it's made of metal. Right? Right?
But what's that?
A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we heard? The machines the pharmacology students use to their experiments, using their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So they're high voltage cable.
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me, old man. Yeah, get him, Mia. Get him. She just said, okay, boomer, all the way across the courtroom.
Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been high voltage cables. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant.
We keep backing him into. Oh, he's such nice clothes, though. I want that jumper. Can you get that jumper? I'm sure that someone sells it, right? If they didn't sell that jumper as a merchandise by Capcom, I'd be very upset.
That much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish Mr. Wright was the murderer.
You do? What is it?
His fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something beside the medicine ball? It's the umbrella, isn't it? It's the umbrella. Just kill me. Get it over and done with.
Let's take a look at another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim here is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well.
I didn't. You mean?
Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket.
The palm printed the defendant's very own hand. Okay, so I think I have an idea of how this crime went. I think that there was an altercation between these two, but I'm thinking that this was an accident of some kind. That's what my thought process is now.
What?
So it's a palm print, so maybe a push?
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder. He squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable.
Order, that's enough. I think we conclude that there is no reason to continue this cross-examination.
Stick a fork in us. We're done.
Don't give up, Grossberg. Mr. Grossberg.
My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia.
I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. Well, you should retire then. Retire.
No, you're wrong.
Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence required to convince me of this man's guilt.
Is this how court works? Your Honor.
At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case.
With that? With a handprint? What? Sir. Yeah, hold it, Mia. Get him. I hope you have an idea what to do, Mia, because I don't. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. You're already going to be convicted. It's okay. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye? Oh, hello, Phoenix. This is like... I've never seen him this serious ever. No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end.
We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything.
Wait a minute. Mr. Wright? I'll tell you what really happened.
But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further...
Oh, let him talk. I did it. I pushed him. Oh, so we did push him. So we kind of thought there was some kind of altercation, but a push is definitely some intent. Yeah, so this is going to be a bit of a bother for us, but I feel like the closer we are to the truth, the closer we are to getting Phoenix off. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. Oh, okay. Oh, because he's going to explain what happened here. Yeah, so he had the umbrella. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. What about this girl is... Don't talk about her like that. So he pushed her. Okay, which like... Oh, Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix. Oh, buddy.
What you just said, was that the truth?
Yes. I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure.
Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are.
Please. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell you the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim. So this would be the first time that someone, in terms of her lawyer, her lawyer career, someone has said, I believe in you. And it was Phoenix. And then you have like the opposite way now, or like with how she helps him.
Feels like my hemorrhoids are going through the Harlem Shake.
Grossberg, your name fits you well. So here we go. When I push the victim. So that guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. So okay, we definitely know this. We know this. This is true. This is true. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little whine after I left. I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there dead. Okay, I think this makes perfect sense.
Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling, so that would make sense. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed. That's true. Even a doofus like him could miss that. Yet true. Miss Faye, let me warn you right now. If your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he's innocent, there must be some kind of evidence that will prove it. Guys, in the next episode, we're going to be doing this cross-examination. So far, my thought process right now is changing ever as trials go. But first of all, this is a fantastic first trial. This is a fantastic way to start the trial. It's shocking. It's something I did not expect in the least at all to be playing as Mia this time around and defending our beautiful boy Phoenix here. I think that with the timing of ways, his watch stopped after 3, and he left at 3. I'm thinking that Phoenix left, and then he stood up maybe and caught his umbrella maybe on the thing, because that's what seems kind of right here. Don't tell me if I'm right or wrong. I don't want to know that. I kind of love seeing these cases as they unfold, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.